On the topic of nefarious dealings, Mark.
Oh, no.
So we talked about the Kotaku article. A new GameStop program leads employees to lie to customers is the headline that they're going with.
Yep.
And what the article basically says, let's just read the first few lines from Jason here.
Sure.
Have you gone to GameStop over the past few months and tried to buy a new game? Have they told you it's not in stock? They may simply be lying to you, fueled by a new program that discourages GameStop salespeople from selling unopened copies of video games. The program, called Circle of Life, gives each store different percentage quotas, for stuff like pre-orders, those dumb cards, used game sales, and trade-ins. And the way it's set up, basically, and I'm ad-libbing now, but the way it's set up is basically they get a better rating for selling you a used game, their cards, or pre-ordering a game than they do for selling you a new game. If they sell you a new game, it screws up their quotas for their store. So they're basically telling their employees, lie, say we don't have that game, make them put down the money first and be in our store and shopping. So I read this. My immediate reaction is, I am so glad I don't shop there. I'm just happy, knowing something like this, knowing that they've set up an ecosystem that screws the consumer. I'm just like, sweet, I know where I don't have to shop anymore.
Yeah, so it's been a long time thing. If they sell a new game for $60, they're only getting 10% of that for holding the game. The rest of it's going to the publisher. Where if they buy a game for $25 and then turn around and sell it for $50, they're getting half of that because they spent half of that to get the game. But then they now own that game. The publisher now has no rights to it. I guess I mostly just feel bad for the employees.
Yeah.
And
it puts them in a terrible spot, right?
Puts them in a tough spot, yeah, where it's like you're being told to constantly that you have to hit these numbers or you're going to lose your job or you're just getting constant talked to. It reminds me of my years at Target when I was younger, and they have this awful red card, this awful credit card that is just the worst credit card ever.
Yeah, they push it on you every time you go.
They push it on
our
you.
Local one here,
and you're getting constantly threatened by upper management. But the problem is upper management is getting threatened by their upper management, and the reason it's going from all the way to the top. No one's doing it because they want to do it. GameStop doesn't want to have to do this. Target doesn't want to have to sell red cards, but for the company to exist, they have to do it. So it's like you end up feeling bad for just everybody. It really sucks. So something else kind of comparable that you wouldn't feel bad for is the Wells Fargo situation.
Well, that's basically embezzlement.
Yeah, well, so a couple of years ago, basically, quick backstory is people were opening accounts and moving people's accounts around and signing them up for credit cards and stuff like that. But that was not because the employees were getting that was so they would hit goals to get bonuses, which is ridiculous. These people are doing it because they're being told they're going to be fired if they don't meet these goals.
Yeah,
and so you end up feeling bad, but at the same time, I don't really shop at GameStop, so it makes sense.
Here's what the corporate office told Kotaku. All of GameStop's internal programs are designed to provide our customers the best value in all their video game purchases, including new and pre-owned merchandise. With any program, opportunities arise for improvement, and we will continue to refine it to equip our knowledgeable store associates to provide a great store experience.
They're basically saying that doesn't happen.
They're lying, though. They're setting up the ecosystem where their store managers are screwed if they do not meet these quotas.
Yeah.
And it sucks. But we knew this was going to happen. We knew GameStop was going to struggle as the gaming industry went more digital.
Yep.
We basically cut out, hey, GameStop, we don't need you anymore. I can go to my console right now and get a game. And if you're going to tell me I can't walk into your stores and buy a new release, I don't have no reason to go to your store.
It's the reason they need these brick and mortar stores is because they do need someone to sell their hardware.
Yeah.
And
they're doing it with hardware too.
But the thing is they're doing it with hardware too. Is that because it's the same deal. If they sell a PS4 for $350, only seeing a very small fraction of that. The rest of it's going to Sony. Where if they buy a PS4 for $100 and they sell it for $250, they're seeing $150, which is a way more percentage.
Here's the quote from the employee. We are telling people we don't have the new systems in stock, so we won't take a $300 or $400 hit on our pre-owned numbers. Yep. They need to sell pre-owned stuff.
Yep.
What are you doing? What is going on over there?
Yeah, no, it's like what you're saying. It's like they're moving. The digital age is kind of happening, and most of my PS4 games are digital, almost all of them. I maybe own like 5 non-digital games out of the, I don't know, maybe 30, 40 retail games I own. So it's like that's just every company is just like that now, where it's just you have goals you have to meet. It's kind of like the equivalent of is if we had somebody above us and they were like, this show has to do however many views or it's canceled. So what are you going to do? You're going to get on YouTube, you're going to get a YouTube bot to refresh it over and over, and you're going to cheat the system, which is what these people are doing.
Yeah.
Because...
Oh, yeah, we don't have that new game, sorry, but you can get the card and something.
Yep.
Like, I don't even know how they spin that, but...
Well,
I mean, the thing is, they would rather sell nothing and not take a hit than sell a new game, and they're like, oh, I got to sell 15 more pre-owned games or whatever the quota is. Like, every new game, you probably have to sell 2 to 3 used games. Mm-hmm. And it's like, just put it on the pile of stuff that we can't do.
And that was always the same thing at Target, is like, you'll end up bringing 3, 4, 5,000 people up and getting a few reg cards where if you're like, if I never get on a register, like if you're not a cashier, and I ring up 10 people in a week, it doesn't look so bad.
Yeah. See, the thing is, this is a really dangerous story for GameStop, because if people know that, if I know now that I can't go to GameStop and get a new console or a new game, I have no reason to go to GameStop.
Yep.
It's just, there's no reason to go into that store.
Yeah.
And so this is terrible. And I don't think the employees want to do this. They clearly don't, or they wouldn't be writing into Kotaku.
And I don't think the managers want to.
The managers don't want to, but it's coming from corporate, and they set up an ecosystem that is going to put them in the gutter, basically.
Yeah, because basically you any kind of brand loyalty they have is just going to be gone.
Yeah. Because
people are just going to be, I mean, you're already saying, like, I just don't feel the need to go anymore. The day you walk in there, Horizon Zero Dawn comes out, you go in there day one, they say they don't have any copies, you know they're lying.
Yeah.
And that's it, you're done. You're just like, no, that GameStop lies to me.
Yeah.